Winnipeg is known internationally as the home of the Winnipeg Jets, the city's NHL team, but nationally it is also appreciated for its outstanding arts and cultural scene. Residents, known informally as peggers, enjoy a very active cultural life, with everything from drama and ballet to concerts and opera on offer. Situated equidistant from the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, at the confluence of the Red and Assiniboine Rivers, Winnipeg is the heart of central Canada. One of Winnipeg's most popular attractions, the Forks, is located where these two rivers meet. The city's extreme climate of hot summers and cold winters means the range of things to do in Winnipeg varies by season. So here is the list of the 12 best things to do in Winnipeg, Canada. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming travel videos. Here we go. Number 1. Canadian Museum for Human Rights. For museum buffs, this should be your first stop. The Canadian Museum for Human Rights in Canada's first museum was built for the sole purpose of illustrating the evolution, crisis, and future of human rights around the globe. In the spirit of the human narrative, this museum is engaging, emotional, and inspiring. Coming to terms with our own painful history, Canada's human rights policies have been adopted and celebrated around the world, but progress is a journey, and the CHMR is the story of the global struggle for equality. Number 2. The Forks. A year-round destination for locals and tourists, the Forks is the place to visit in winter or summer, with indoor and outdoor activities. Located where the Red and Assiniboine Rivers join, the Forks is a shopping and entertainment district set in a number of historic buildings. The site was once a railway repair facility, and over the years, the various buildings have been meticulously restored to house a mix of interesting shops, restaurants, and museums. The main building is the Forks Market, where fruit and vegetable sellers are set up in the main hall, and food vendors cook up a variety of tasty dishes. Number 3. Forks National Historic Site. One of the city's top tourist attractions, the vibrant Forks National Historic Site, is so named because of its scenic setting at the confluence of the Red and Assiniboine Rivers. Here you'll not only find a bustling market and museums, but historic buildings, a port, and a park with countless cultural events and festivals taking place during the year. Inhabited by Aboriginal groups as early as 6,000 years ago, the Forks was designated a National Historic Site in 1974 to preserve the area's history. Besides informative exhibits on its past, visitors can explore age-old buildings and museums to learn more about the site, city, and Manitoba. It also has pretty outdoor spaces and a riverwalk to enjoy, as well as splendid shops and restaurants. Number 4. Assiniboine Park Zoo. The zoo is one of the most fascinating attractions in Winnipeg. It's a place that truly feels magical, as it's one of the most unique exhibits of its kind in the world. The zoo is home to over 200 different species, and has over 1,000 animals in its care. Its excellent design makes it not only a wonderful education center, but also a fun place to explore for people of all ages. Its work in wildlife education, conservation, and research have been a tremendous help to help preserve animal lives. Out of the many wonderful animal species, the favorite for all visitors is most definitely the polar bear. There are many things to do in Winnipeg, but visiting the zoo is one of those that simply cannot be skipped. Number 5. The Manitoba Museum. The Manitoba Museum is primarily devoted to the human and natural history of the province. The 9 permanent galleries showcase the best of what the province has to offer, and the highly interactive science gallery and planetarium introduce the vastness of the night sky on its domed screen. Highlights of the museum include a 95-million-year-old pliosaur fossil, a display that recreates the northern lights, and a recreated Hudson Bay fur trading post. One of the most famous exhibits is the Nonsuch, a 17th-century replica ketch sailing ship. You can climb on board and explore all areas of the ship to see the hardships of the brave souls that crossed the Atlantic way back when. The museum is located downtown, not far from the Exchange District. Number 6. Winnipeg Art Gallery. When we found out that the Winnipeg Art Gallery had the largest collection of Inuit carvings in the world, we knew we had to visit. There is an Inuit art center right next to the WAG building under construction at the moment, but currently, the art is all located in the Winnipeg Art Gallery. The carvings are a great insight into Inuit life with lots depicting native animals including walrus, polar bears, and seals. It was interesting to see that in some pieces the polar bears were attacking humans and in others, it was vice versa. There is a lot of different artists in the gallery including a sculpture garden on the top floor, but we were definitely most taken with the Inuit carvings. Number 8. Manitoba Legislative Building. One of the most beautiful buildings in the city, the Manitoba Legislative Building can be found to the south of the center, facing the banks of the Assiniboine River. Completed in 1920, it has exquisite neoclassical, Beaux-Arts style architecture, and is surrounded by landscaped lawns and leafy gardens. The seat of the province's government also sports a grand facade with Ionic columns and porticos topped by a colossal cupola. This holds up one of the city's standout symbols, the glittering Golden Boy statue, which represents the prosperity and entrepreneurial spirit of Manitoba. The building itself is covered in carvings and statues with secret numerical codes as well as Freemason symbols, Egyptian hieroglyphics, and numerous Roman gods. Number 9. Fort Whyte Alive. It's rare that a city has such an amazing forest right on its doorstep, but Fort Whyte Alive is just 15 kilometers from the center of Winnipeg. There are lots to do here depending on what season you visit, from canoeing on the lake in summer to snowshoeing in winter. We visited in fall when there were too many waterfowl on the lake to canoe, which is what we were originally planning on doing, so we decided to go for a bike ride instead. There are a number of trails ranging from easy flat rides to sliding more challenging ones around Bison Butte, which require mountain bikes. The trails are nice and wide and well graded, so after a wobbly start the cycling was really easy and the trails were gorgeous. Number 10. Royal Canadian Mint. The Royal Canadian Mint produces coins not just for Canada, but for a number of other countries as well. In fact, over 55 billion coins have been produced here. You can follow the whole minting process in the recently renovated tour area. Interactive displays show how coins are manufactured from start to finish. The on-site museum does an excellent job of showing visitors the ancient history of how coins and currency first started. The ultramodern, triangular-shaped building also contains a tropical garden and fountain. Reservations for the 45-minute tours are recommended. Number 11. St. Boniface Cathedral. A Roman Catholic basilica, St. Boniface Cathedral was built in 1972 in Winnipeg, Canada. This basilica is one of the most prominent buildings in the city, and also the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of St. Boniface's principal church. It served both the Franco-Manitoban community and Manitoba province. Nestled in the heart of Winnipeg, the church sits opposite the Red River. It boasts a multi-story limestone structure, round-arched windows, Corinthian columns, and a Greek cross, among other beautiful elements. Number 12. Manitoba Children's Museum. When those winter months roll through, Winnipeggers bring their little ones indoors for some culture, exploration, and fun. But regardless of what season you're here, the Manitoba Children's Museum is a great pit stop for the whole family. The museum sits in one of Winnipeg's oldest buildings, dating back to 1889, which also happens to be the oldest surviving train repair shop west of Toronto. Home to a number of award-winning permanent exhibits, like Pop M Art, where kids can shop for their art supplies in a grocery-inspired exhibit, and the Create. Kids can also learn about dairy farming at the Milk Machine exhibit, or throw on a lab coat slicker and run around the Splash Lab. The last word. So guys, this was the best list of things to do in Winnipeg. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to this city are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. Winnipeg is a city characterized by grace and grit. It's proud of its prairie heritage, it has a bustling art scene, and it doesn't shy away from wintertime adventure. Because yes, Winnipeg does get mighty cold in the wintertime. So, if you love to travel and you want to see the whole world, then Tripwire is the channel that gives you a list of the best places to visit in the world. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for latest upcoming travel videos. Bye bye, see you in the next video.